Hello and welcome back to Sonny. I have grinded a little bit so that I am now close to level 10. Qa'Rajh is just reached level 10, and I've managed to find some Mender's gloves, which gives him more magic and the same amount of strength, but more importantly, it ups his vitality, making him more tanky himself, which is very useful for a healer. So his stat line is much more balanced than me. He's slightly faster, but he has a lot more magic and a little less strength and a lot less vitality. But this might be enough to get us to be able to defeat these guys. Especially if they keep attacking me. That's much better. Ooh, we don't want that. Let me just deal with that. Yeah, fine putting some poison on the Shaman of Life. I think I would have preferred putting it on the totem, but the totem also has an ability to heal, which is a bit nasty, so let's try and avoid that if... The totem has a lot of focus, and it has two sources of healing currently. Itself and the shaman next to it. The golem doesn't have any healing abilities, but the shaman does, so I think if we take out any one of the healers, and likely the Shaman of Life is going to be the easiest one to take out first. I'm a little annoyed that of his re-energizing ability. I probably want to debuff that. Oh, sure. Yeah, because if he can keep... Ooh, that's a lot of damage. Please do not do that. We could put some damage over time effect on the golem, which would make it easier to fight down the line. So let's do that. Could you stop with that? That 20% less damage is bad, but I think I will live from it. Like, it's not a huge thing. I'm saving the break ability for the time being, because if we get to a point where any one of these looks like they're about to get healed, then I'll break him instead. And then basically save us that headache. Or he could do that, which is really annoying because that basically cancels out, unless... Ooh, I can't do that yet, but I can break him. Which would also essentially halt it. But the totem healed him. That's bad. How much does it heal him per round? 18. That's quite a lot. Let's lower that healing by applying some damage on top of it. If we could hit. So he's going to be back to full health. Yeah, full health. And none of his abilities use a lot of focus. Still though, they are lowering all across the line. So that kind of works. We're just bleeding the golem. But we are taking a lot of damage ourselves. Qa'Rajh is apparently fast enough for that to miss. Yeah, right now it's pointless to debuff this one. So let's not. Actually, let's just do raw physical attacks. Ah, the totem healed him. Annoying. So the totem is definitely the one to take out, but... if you could re-energize yourself, that would be amazing. Thank you. My bleeding abilities are not ready yet. I don't need the healing. You need energy. Please re-energize. Or heal yourself without the cost of focus, that also works. A lot of trickling damage here, which isn't great. If you had saved that, you could have used it on something more important. Yeah, I'm not out tanking there. Ugh, no. Why using a... Well, I suppose it can be used on him. I wouldn't. But, the totem really is annoying, isn't it? Please refocus. Or do a lot of damage, that also works. Especially when I can't hit. But he's dead. He's dead. Oh, no. Take a... Yes, there you go. That's the right move. Hopefully. It does leave him open to any kinds of attacks and... Ooh, don't hit him. Oh, he's dead. So I haven't grinded enough then. Great. Oh, this will be a slog. How much? 300 focus. So yeah, if you're casting a lot of spells, that is that can really take you down over time. Ugh, stop that. I don't really mind my damage being lowered all that much. That's not really a big thing. Oh, I didn't reapply my healing ability, so the best I have is Iron Skin. Which doesn't stop them from doing damage to me. And doesn't do any damage to them either. Ooh, you take a break. And get healed, apparently. How nice. So because he was healed and debuffed before it was his turn, that means that he can still move. Because it goes by order of speed. So we definitely need to be way better equipped for this, because well, this is obviously going nowhere. Which is annoying, but it is what it is. Alright, let's remember to... Oh, it also didn't save my ability point. Well, no wonder it wasn't slotted in then. Yes. Sell one of these because we don't need two. Anything that would be useful to get. Focus, magic, and magic piercing. That is not bad for Veradux, but I think lightning, piercing, vitality, magic, and strength. Ooh. Basically better in every aspect. What was that? Strikers flip-flops. They're not. Physical piercing. They don't give vitality, but they give one less in physical piercing, but they do give some speed. I think I'll use that actually, but not sell that just yet. Alright, let's take a training match and level ourselves up to level 10. So the Shaman of Death has one healing ability, but he doesn't have any abilities that doesn't require focus, which means that if you can take out his focus, he is completely harmless. Like, he literally doesn't have any abilities, not even physical attacks. So, he does have some pretty powerful magic attacks, though, which is worth considering, but definitely not something you can't deal with. What are you? Raging. Oh, it would be a pity if I were to just dispel it. Oh, the Veroduct wants to play that too. Let's see. I am level 10. Good. Ooh, Breaker's Axe. Magic Piercing and Fire Piercing. Breaker's Glove. So, we could go down and just take Solidity, which means that we take less damage, which is really nice because it lowers like stuff like any kind of hard stuff. But I think I actually want to save that and take a level in regeneration first, because that's a passive ability that basically allows us to tank more hits. Magic plus 24. Hold on. What does Veroduct have? Speed plus 2, so that was basically enormously better. What's this? Breaker's Glove. He currently has Mentor's Glove, so give Magic 6, Strength 4, and Vitality 9. This gives Focus, Magic, and Magic Piercing. So it does do better for his magic, but he doesn't have any Ice Piercing. He does have Magic Piercing. So I think the Mentor's Gloves are overall, because the Vitality keeps him alive. And lacking that 9 Vitality, that is a lot. Like, that can be felt. Let's sell these ones. Yes. And let's try it again. Focus Fire on the totem. If you survive that far. Yes. Take a hike. The Shaman of Life will probably heal it, but... No, he's going offense. Okay, that's not what I expected. So he's basically set, like the Shaman of Life is basically set in defensive mode, which means that he's likely just going to heal and only do attacks if there is no other option. How are we looking? Well, the totem was healed, which, you know, is bad, but... I didn't need that. You should focus on dealing damage yourself, because that is more useful. Oh, the slug does stack, so he's basically not going to do a whole lot of... Well, he's going to do less damage if he is not awake. I can't reform because that's not an ability on him. That's only an ability on me. So though, if the totem goes down... Don't heal it, don't heal it, don't heal it, don't heal it. Yes! Okay, the totem is dead. Unless I miss and basically don't do anything to it. Yeah, that's the totem down. Okay, now it's a more level playing field. Because now he won't have that magical weakness. So... Oh, he was going to heal it, so he's basically lost his turn. Great. So we're almost out healing the effects of this, the bleed that this guy can give. Still, his attacks do hurt. It's not like they don't. So let's focus down the healer first. Yeah, 7 hit points. That is nice, and a little bit of damage to the golem. Not important, but certainly nice. Yeah, more bleeding. I would like more bleeding for this guy. Still 35 damage around. That is definitely something tangible. Yes, let's just go straight attack. Ooh, no you don't, no you don't, no you don't. We are gonna debuff that. Straight out the gate. Do not want it. The earlier you do that, especially to effects that last over several turns, the better it is, because chances are they likely don't have multiples of that ability, which means that it is on countdown, which means that you can focus on dealing damage while you basically don't have to worry about them healing. So I would really prefer if you were to re-energize, because now is the point where you're starting to get, like, he's probably gonna heal. Especially if I don't hit him. Re-energize yourself. No, not me! Okay. He can't debuff himself because he don't have the focus. And I'm the only one that can now... I mean, you can do that, which is fine, but you really should focus on keeping yourself alive. Okay, he's using a small heal, which it's nice, but it doesn't do much. Okay? Don't heal me. Do not heal me. Okay, I mean, that works. It is damage to a guy that we need to damage. His healing does counter the damage over time, but what it doesn't do is out-heal the damage done by regular attacks. So, whap you so you don't heal. Why wouldn't you? Ah, Paradox, he's dead. Oh, no, he isn't. Well, then the shaman is dead. I can work with that. And Paradox is dead too. Okay, but now it's basically a simple fight, because this guy does not have any abilities that really can outlast mine. He does do a bit more damage, but he only has one ability to deal damage over time, which also increases damage. So, whereto I have two. And I have regeneration, and currently he also has two. Okay, good to know. Take a break. I have a higher damage output, and I lessen the impact of his attacks by basically simply by having the regenerative ability, whereto he has none. And now he's out of focus, and he has no way of regaining focus. Which I do, on top of my regenerative health. So, we will definitely win this. Yeah, let's just break him and take the next attack as the final hit. If we hit. We did. Okay, good. On to the next one. What is this? Another stone club. Well, they sell for a good amount of money. Mender's boots. I think, Paradox, that you got a new set of kicks. What does this sell for? $50 for a stone club that's basically useful. Well, useless. Well, okay. Next battle. So you can see that this zone is a lot bigger than the two previous ones. Oh yeah, the Devourers, those were nasty. Not as much physical, but they're definitely psychological, like spellcasters. Let's give you a pause. So you can see the mishmash of armors that Paradox currently has, but I mean, that's just how it is. I don't remember if these guys have healing abilities or not. I suppose we shall see. No, at the end of the day, it's really just down to who can survive for the longest time. And I think it's me. Still no sign of a healing ability on them. So, It looks as if they're pure offensive goodness, which, you know, that's fine. We can handle that. We are the same, except we are just better in basically every single way. So this shouldn't be an issue. I think they're more story point, like they aren't really doing anything spectacularly. Like, they appear to be a physical class, but like they don't really have any other abilities other than the magic and the physical attacks that they do. Like, they definitely don't have any healing, because if they had, they would have used them. And seeing as they don't, well, they're gonna bleed to death. Or just straight out get mangled, but it works. So you can't... since you don't have any regenerative abilities or healing abilities to note, you're going to die. It's just a matter of when. But I suppose going out fighting is better than just like not being able to do anything at all, like that shaman. I still think it's hilarious that he basically, as soon as he has no focus. So if you were to attack the focus of that guy, you could absolutely do so, and it would be very, very useful in terms of like making him completely pointless, because he doesn't have any abilities that can affect the others. He doesn't have any abilities that can help him get focus back. So he's basically like, as soon as you removed all of his focus, he's basically completely toothless. Of course, if he's in the vicinity of a healer, he would still get healed. But I would rather that they spend their healing on someone who basically is just a walking target. We got speed, strength, physical piercing. Oh, hello. It is the same vitality. It's a huge drop in strength, but it also gives us a bit... It almost doubles the physical piercing and the... and it gives us 9 speed. Yeah, I think this will be actually better. But I'm keeping this. And the reason I'm keeping this is because at some point we will gain a 3rd companion who will then be able to be used in combat. I don't know if it's at the end of this zone or if it's partway through this zone, but it is happening at some point, which means that you should have equipment ready for them when you do. Let's head on. Hoop! CB said I. How did I know we'd find them here as well? Yeah, so he has more hit points, but basically not a threat beyond that. Like, he can do some cool abilities, sure, but not really a threat. Like, I don't believe this guy has any abilities to regain focus either. So he does have a healing ability, if I'm remembering correctly, but yeah, he's basically pure offense until his focus runs out, in which case he will just do physical attacks, which admittedly are not bad, but he's not a threat. Like, yeah, he uses 15 to do that blast, and it's not that great in terms of damage output. So I think his strength is better than his magic, but he definitely has some abilities with magic. And also, the fact that we are 2, like, if I was facing him alone, the fact that he has this amount of hit points is a bit of an issue. But when I'm not alone and facing him, yeah, he is basically... He's basically just a walking target that's a little tougher than a regular target, and that's it. Well, some speed to him, because Veradux missed that. But I don't think it will last much longer for you. So I'm probably going to remove my own healing ability, given that I don't really need it. Like, there is really not much of a point in carrying a item around that you won't use. I think it would probably be more practical to have an extra bleed, because they stack, and like, that is really nice. Other than that, well, it could be that when we gain a new ability that would be much more potent and much more useful for us in the scheme of things. So maybe we'll do that. Well, we shall see. Could also just be that I up my regenerative ability to basically keep me alive. It isn't much when the damage gets up to 200 and 100 per turn, but it does work in the long run. And really, when some of the fights here are against 1000 and plus hit point enemies, that the long run is very much the run that you want to be focusing on. Because that is basically the way, rather than just be like, I can do huge amount of damages for 3 turns and then I'm basically useless. That usually won't last you long in these kinds of battles. This guy, basically no threat. See if he drops any of his gear, that would... No items found. Oh. That's a shame, but, well, what can you do? Good amount of money, though. So we're halfway through the plains. So that is quite a long while to get to here. Like, the first episode was literally... What have we got? Shaman of Death and Shaman of Blades. Okay. I don't know that Veradux will debuff him, but let's go for this. Then we'll know what's happening. Alright, he wasn't. It is very hard to glance. The blades one do a lot of damage up front. And, well, the magic user also does. Let's take you down first, because, well, at least let's break you for the time being. Veradux, you need to heal. Good. And then you need to re-energize, because that is probably the best ability that you have. The Shaman of Death is the easiest of the two, because both of them have healing abilities, but the Shaman of Blades has a lot more hit points, and I believe that his general ability just is better. Plus, I mean, if we can take out the magic user first, then we just have to deal with this physical guy. Which isn't easy, like, he does have some good abilities, but it can be done. How much damage does this do? 95, okay, not as much as I'd hoped for, but it'll work. Please re-energize yourself. Yeah, that's... He will basically hit for like 50 damage and he healed for 444. Alright, first off, break you, so you don't heal yourself. I don't believe that they can heal one another. So that means that it's just a matter of, like... Oh, he attacked the focus. Well, perhaps that's a sign to you, Veradux, that you should not heal me. I am not in need of healing. Re-energize yourself, not me, please. Please? No, not me. Don't heal. Okay, good. You're dead. Thank you. Now on to you. Bleeding. Well, I think Veradux is probably dead this turn. Yep. Okay. Physical against physical. I have regeneration, you have a healing skill. Well, I've also got that, and I can break you. And I have 7 hit points per turn. That is actually a good chunk. I like that. And you can bleed as well. Okay, I don't like that. Yeah, let's outbleed him. So his bleeding only deals 1 damage per turn because of my regeneration. That is not insignificant. Because now he has less hit points than I do. Well, he had less hit points than I do. And, well, in general, my abilities just means that I last longer. So he does have a healing ability. Keep that in mind. But if I can kill him... Oh, please, don't heal. Yes! Well, game over, man. Okay. Let's actually Oh, he hit level 11 for both of us. And 2 Striker's Gloves. Right, I wanted Solidity. And then I wanted to remove Reform. And... Can I use this multiple times? 2 times on my bar. Okay. Probably not a bad idea. I don't have any magic that makes it any kind of useful. But... Physical piercing. Well, that's speed and strength, not really vitality. But maybe we are past a point where we really need physical defense. Like, yeah, we'll take a bit more damage, but we'll also do more damage ourselves. Okay, let's try the next stage. Shaman of Life, Shaman of Blade. So we're basically getting every... Yeah, go for the weak one first. Yeah. And also, not because he's the weaker one, but because he is the healer. That is the more important point to make here. So now we have 2 debuffing abilities, plus a breaker. Which, I mean, the breaker is really also a debuffer in its own, because, like, that is how it's used. I would rather you dealt damage. It's good that you have extra focus, especially with this guy who can attack focus, but I would rather Veradux if you focused on damage until you have been hurt. Or until I have been hurt. Yeah, because the attacks are just going to keep on coming. That's funny enough how that works. Do I want you to refocus? No, I do not. Surprisingly high damage for someone with 0 magic. It works. Okay. Decent chunk of magic spent on that healing. So he does have an ability that can re-energize himself, like this guy. Which is something that we don't want. We do... It's fine if he just does that. Take a break, why don't you? While I deal with your friend up here. Yeah, Veradux often ends up in a loop where he's basically like healing, taking damage, healing, taking damage, healing, taking damage. Not really like, yes, he does mean that I'm not taking damage, but he also doesn't really help with dealing damage himself. And like his lightning ability and poison is actually pretty good later on because of his natural inclination in stats. So, yeah. Oh, decent chunk of damage. Ooh, a lot of healing. Really a pointless time that you used it, but I think that one has a long cooldown. All right, suit yourself. Ooh, 182. I think that's the highest single attack I've done. Kind of pointless to attack his energy. Kind of pointless for you to regenerate because we don't want that. Oh, nice, Veradux. Using an ability that didn't cost him focus while regenerating focus. That is a good call. And applying damage over time. Also a good call. I could really do with a higher regeneration, because that would mean that my focus is less of an issue. Right now I'm actually running out of focus. I know that some of the skills that you can get lowers in cost over, like if you get them to a higher level, not just do they more damage and are more effective, but they also cost less to cast. That's part of the upgrade, which is really useful. Still, he have used his healing, and yeah, he's not coming back from this one. Say good night. Ooh, 103 on a regular attack. Nice. Alright. What do we got? Mentor's boots, Mentor's armor, and a stone club. Mentor's armor could be useful for Qa'Rajh. Footwear you already got. And Striker's gloves are for me. Breaker, yeah, I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna sell the Breaker set. Yeah, that really doesn't do much. So now we definitely have a good. What is this? Magic, strength, vitality, lightning, piercing. That's perfect for Qa'Rajh. We can get you out of that level 5 armor. Is there something... Speed and strength and physical piercing. That's not bad, but... Alright, let's... One more battle. Ooh. Oh, they're named. We the Council. Okay. Well, I mean, that is a low amount of hit point. Oh! Oh no. Qa'Rajh, can you please survive the first round? Yeah, but... He is the healer, but this guy has very few hit points comparatively. Let's break you and see what happens. Qa'Rajh, you're gonna heal. Thank you. Good call. That's attack focus, which is pointless. You do less. You make me do less damage, which is all right. I don't really care. Attack, 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 attack. Not that guy. So you see, this guy has a secondary weapon. There is a chance that we could get that if it were to drop. I don't know if there is like a actual idea to how rare drops are, or if that's just something that occurs. Yeah, he's gonna heal him. Oh no, he isn't. That's a mistake. Ooh, raging. Ah, you know how I feel about that. I feel like, nope. If you attack him, Qa'Rajh, he'll die. Or heal me, that's also fine. That's... If you had attacked him, we wouldn't be in this situation. Oh well, we're using up a lot of their focus, which is good. While Qa'Rajh is taking quite a bit of damage. Ooh, good, 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 good. If he is not healed, I can take him down. I can take you down. Die. Ooh, that's a good chunk of damage. Yeah, I figured Qa'Rajh wasn't going to attack him. Okay, let's start off by making sure the healer doesn't get too much focus back. What do you get? Okay, just 10. Still, I don't like it. Stop that. You need to re-energize yourself, Qa'Rajh. That damage output is... His damage output isn't great. This guy is a bit more troublesome, but the healer needs to go. That's the sport. Good call, De-Councilated. Good call indeed. Or you attack my focus, is it? That's annoying, but it's not really something I care too much about. Yeah, let's break you, have a little break from the physical violence by causing physical violence. You gonna heal yourself? No. Still using that attack. That's not really a great attack, but you are a healer, so I don't expect you to have a lot of great attacks, offensive powers. Basically, yeah, unless you can... If you cannot heal yourself, you're in trouble, mate. You can. Oh, you have that ability. Right. If only we had a way that could be dealt with. It could. So now it's on a cooldown, which means that obviously all that's left is regular healing. And that won't keep you alive for much long. Okay. I don't think that guy really needed that kind of attack right now, but sure. So that's a small heal. He can do that. I don't know if it cost him anything, but... There we go. Down you go. And more bleeding. Please hit! Really? Yeah, it was good that I took that a second time, because that is very, very useful to bring them down in terms of their abilities. Okay, a regular attack won't do it, but bleeding might over time. Oh, you have re-energized. That stinks. That stinks to high heaven and hell. Stop that. And it. Alright. Good. Now it's just you, and while you do have a healing ability and a lot of hit points, you are against two people, and I don't think you're really fitted for that. You work when you have allies, and now you do not. So, yeah. And he does have a powerful healing ability, but the cooldown on that is probably pretty high. His physical defense is also high, is also good. But yeah, like now he's lower than De-Councilated, so it's a downhill slope and it's increasing in speed. Okay, that did hurt. I think that was the smash ability like I have, but again, De-Councilated has a no focus healing and he does decent damage when he's just physically attacking. So au revoir, Dokebi. Alright. Any stuff? Yes! Cannibal's Hunger. Oh, that one again. Well, I will take it because it has some value. Is there any... I don't know if there comes new stuff after story development point. So you see, the whole point of this area was to kill the council. We have done that and there is still quite a lot to go. But we shall take that in the next episode, and until then, take care.